England have announced their 11 for the first test versus India on Friday, and there is no real surprises. It's what I predicted would be the 11. I just think with Crawley and Pope both scoring centuries against Zimbabwe, those were the two that would probably come out the side, but scoring centuries, it's very difficult to drop them after that. So Crawley, Duckett are the opening pair. Ollie Pope fits in at 3, Root 4, Brook 5, Stokes 6, Smith 7. No real surprises there. Chris Woakes comes into the side, hasn't played a lot of cricket, but did play that Lions game, getting him ready for this test versus India. Cast at 9, Tongue at 10, and then Shoaib Bashir at 11. Exactly who I thought the team would be. I think they wanted to go with Woakes because of the extra batting that he gives you over Cook. Jamie Overton never really felt like an option. Maybe if like Cast picked up an injury or wasn't tracking very well, so that might have been an issue. Obviously, the squad that they announced was only for the first test, so I expect there to be changes. It looks like Jofra is going to come in for the second test. I've got no problems with this side. There's a lot of people saying that this bowling attack isn't quite up to scratch, and it's not as strong as some of the bowling attacks that we've put out, at least in the last 3, 4, 5 years when Broad and Anderson were still taking wickets, but I don't think it's that bad, and I don't think that you can move away from how good of a captain Ben Stokes is at taking 20 wickets. There's not often in a test match where Ben Stokes can't take 20 wickets in a game, whether it's going to a bouncer ploy, whether it's trying funny fields. I'm not expecting a flat pitch at Headingley, really. There's usually some kind of pace and bounce in it, so I'm not expecting it to be massively flat like I would be for like a Lords or Edgbaston or an Old Trafford later on in the series. This usually provides the best bowling wickets at Headingley, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm relatively happy with the team. For me, Crawley and Pope have 2 tests. If they haven't performed within 2 tests, then you start to look elsewhere. For me, if Crawley isn't in form, Tom Haines comes in. If Pope isn't in form, then Bethell comes in. That's my 2 options. I wouldn't like them to try and fit Bethell into the opening spot. I think he's absolutely fine. If there's a spot at 3, bring him in. If there's a spot lower down in the order, bring him in. That's absolutely fine. But I do think that if Crawley is out of form for those first 2 games, then you do have to look for another opener. And Tom Haines has just scored buckets and buckets and buckets of runs for Sussex, and then again in the Lions. So for me, he has to be the one that goes in. But interesting team. I just cannot wait until Friday for that test match now.